The Last Jedi is mainly hated amongst most Star Wars fans, but I personally love it, and today that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to break this video down to 4 parts. Why I liked it, why other people liked it, the problems I had with it, and the future of the saga. The main general reason I liked it is because it was a different Star Wars movie. It was a nice, refreshing take to the same formula we had. And after Disney bought Marvel and they started making the MCU movies, which I loved, after a while the beat just was repetitive and you kind of knew what was happening. But with the Star Wars movies, well, this one, it was just such a refreshing pace of change from all the other ones and just felt like a brand new installment, a brand new movie. So that's the main thing I liked about The Last Jedi. But besides that, there was a bunch of little small stuff that I loved. First of all, I love the opening scene. The opening scene was just fantastic. It was Poe and BB-8 trying to take down the First Order ship, and then they take down the Dreadnought. That was incredible and set up for a much larger story. Good guys trying to escape the First Order. Another thing that I absolutely loved was the Rey and Luke dynamic. Just that whole Octoon scene. The whole scenes on Octoon. Absolutely fantastic. I love that. I love the dynamic, and I honestly, this is very controversial, I like where they took Luke's character. He's just not the same. It would have been boring if he's just the same master, and Mark Hamill himself even says that.
If I were just another benevolent Jedi training young Padawans, we've
I think maybe one of the best moments in the entire movie was when Holdo flies her ship right into the Supremacy, and it's so epic the sound just stops. It's a truly fantastic scene, and once again, brand new and refreshing to the Star Wars saga. And I think maybe the best scene of the entire movie is the Praetorian Guard scene. I'm not afraid to say it. That's probably one of my second favorite lightsaber battles of all time. Right behind Luke, I'm your father battle. And I also like the new characters, especially Ro. I just love Ro's personality. She just has that great personality that she's happy to be here. She wants to be here. She wants to fight. She wants more than just working behind the pipes. She wants to be there with the action and really make a change. I really love that personality, that kind of Slytherin motivation for a good guy. It was really cool to see. And even though I do like Rose, I do have some problems with her character, but I'll get into that a little later on the things that I didn't like about the movie. I've basically said why I like this film. Let's go into the things why people didn't like it. The main reason people didn't like it is because it was different. The same reason I liked it is just used in reverse. And it's kind of weird when you think about it. The reason I loved it so much is the reason so many people hated it, because it was just so different. And with it being different, it just brought new elements to the table with the whole comedy. The comedy that we had in Last Jedi was nothing of the sorts that we had in the previous Star Wars films. And another complaint that I've seen running across the internet is that Leia should have died, or they should have killed her in post-production. So after the movie was edited, they should have gone back and somehow killed her. While I do agree with this stance, I do think it would be nice if they could maybe give her a more heroic death scene in Episode 9, if they could hire some kind of stunt double with CGI and stuff. I know they said they're not gonna bring her back through CGI, because unfortunately Carrie Fisher did pass. But it would be nice if they could give her some kind of heroic death scene, or some kind of like animated death scene, or something more heroic. So I'm glad they didn't kill her off in this movie, so they could still have time to experiment with how she can die in Episode 9. And this is something that I really love, but it's kind of 50-50. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it, of course. That's the part of Luke's death. I love how they did Luke's death. It was, once again, new, different, and bold. It was completely different. Han Solo died in the most Star Wars way. He's just killed with a lightsaber. Luke uses a brand new element of the Force, and we get to learn more of the Force, things that we learn about in the comics. And I think that's just so cool. Some people wish he was just in there with a lightsaber and just having the most epic fight you've ever seen, and then he takes his final blow. I like that it was different, and he didn't die like a soldier on a battlefield. He died like the Jedi Master he was. That's poetic. Same lines of the Luke thing, where some people like it, some people hate it. I really loved the Yoda scene. I know some people are like, ugh, he looked weird, it was just out of place. I loved the Yoda scene. It was so cool, and it was so cool with the music coming in. It was just perfect. I loved that scene so much. Things that I don't like about the film. I only really have 2 problems with the film. One of them is a big problem, and that's Canto Blight. That's probably the one reason that this movie goes down on my Star Wars ranking list. It's the Canto Blight scene. It was just out of place and could have been avoided and should have been avoided. And that's where I said how I had a problem with Rose's character. As cool as she was not needed at all. They could have got Maz Kanata to be the extra person to go along with Finn. They could have had, or if they wanted to use Rose, they should have had her been a hacker and not have to go get DJ. And another problem I don't like with the whole Canto Blight thing, DJ is one of the most unnecessary characters I've ever seen, and they could have easily had someone else betray them or capture it in a different way. There are some things that I like about Canto Blight, and that is the talk about how these people are profiting from the First Order, and it kind of gets into that, like, the rich is bad, but then it kind of brings it back, how saying that both people, good and bad, that these people are selling weapons to the resistance as well, not just the First Order. So it starts off with that the rich is bad because they're selling to the bad people, but then it kind of goes back to that we're all bad. We're not bad, we're not good, we're just all in this war. I like how they did that. Final thing that I don't like about this movie is the underuse of Captain Phasma. And I know the actress who plays Captain Phasma is a very well-known actress. I personally don't know her work because her work is not something that I watch or know of, but I know she's very respected and she's a very talented actor. But she's just so underused. They brought her back from the garbage disposal where she supposedly died, but if you read the comics then you find out that the TIE fighter crashes and the trash compactor explodes and she runs away. Kind of a lame story, but still, it's just, they brought her back and then they kill her off again. And they do kind of show that when Rose shoots at her, it deflects, the laser deflects off her armor, but still, it's just, why did you bring her back if you're just gonna kill her right away? And now for the final conclusion of this video is the future of the trilogy. Where do I think the saga is gonna go? Not just the trilogy, even Rian Johnson's trilogy. I think where it's really gonna go is Rey is gonna defeat Kylo Ren with the help of Spirit Luke, because I do think Luke is definitely gonna come back. And also I think with episode 9, I think it's gonna feel more normal. I think it's gonna hit the same beats of a regular Star Wars film and not be as different, which is fine, but I do really wish that it's gonna be a little more different. I mean, who knows, it could be the most different Star Wars film we've ever seen, but I do feel like this is gonna be a little more hitting the same beats that we know, instead of being something completely new. If Rey doesn't defeat Kylo Ren, like, by killing him, I do think what will happen is that somehow Snoke will be alive, and then Kylo Ren and Rey will have to fight him again, and it'll be really cool for, like, all the spirits to come together and fight, but that's just complete speculation and complete theory, and as we've seen, theories can definitely ruin Star Wars movies. I don't really think something like that would happen. It would be really cool if it would be like Snoke comes back and he's more like, it's like a big video game boss and Kylo Ren and Rey are fighting him at the same time. That would be really cool. But I don't think that will happen. I think it's just going to be kind of more of a basic, simple Star Wars movie for episode 9. And then episode 10, 11, 12, God knows what those are going to be. Those could be completely different. It would be nice if we could go get a prequel, like a Old Republic prequel, but Rian Johnson said that he would love to do that. But that doesn't seem to be the plan. As much as I would love to see a prequel, I kind of want the story to continue. So that's my just kind of theory, speculation, no real facts or evidence. It's just kind of spitballing what I would like to see in the future trilogies. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about The Last Jedi in the comments below. And remember, I make Star Wars, Harry Potter, and gaming videos all the time on the channel, so if you like that thing, make sure you subscribe. And also turn on the bell to get notifications every time a new video comes up. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you next time.
Masses writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the... Hey! You burn me up, believe